This week on the Spotlight, we talked to Dwayne Wade. He's a very important Chicago Bull these days. And then we talked to Jimmy Butler. He's a very important Bull these days. We flash back in history to the Blackhawks in the playoffs. And we flash back to Matt Thornton, a longtime White Sox, maybe underappreciated. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, it's the 29th year of the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. They have tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and more. 108th and Kedzie. Lansing Floral Shop, open 8 a.m. daily. Custom silk flowers, Bridgewater candles, great flowers, 708-474-1212. A great floral shop, Lansing Floral. Sheffield's, a great place to eat, drink, and play trivia. Wednesday, November 30th, I'll see you there. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. You've got to get to the Wise Owl at Van Buren and Racine. Pizzas, pork sliders, Cuban sandwiches, carrot soup, elote, burgers, tacos, salads, and more. Great cocktails and great bartenders. A tremendous array at the Wise Owl, Van Buren and Racine. See you there. You've got to get to Mad Anthony Sports Bar and Grill, 3350 West 47th Street. Serving La Coco's Pizza, always good. A wide variety of sandwiches and the full bar. And my trivia game every other Friday, starting at about 5:45. So good stuff at Mad Anthony. I'll see you over there. We'll have fun. We'll eat, drink, and play on a Friday, late afternoon, early evening. We're back on the Spotlight, and we can start to see a pattern emerging. Dwayne Wade, kind of a go-to interview guy who's done a zillion interviews in his lifetime, but is very aware of his media calmness, savvy, if you will. I still can't get over how excellent he was when I saw him filling in with Kelly Ripa on that daytime television show. He was completely at ease doing a network television show with 2 people. So this stuff in the postgame must be cake. Although we do talk food, we don't talk cake. But we'll get to that. But Dwayne has certainly a wonderful perspective as a 3-time NBA champion about what a team needs to do with a lot of new players and spotty defense. So he talks about some of these key elements, and when Dwayne speaks, people should listen.
Do you think you'd be emotional, given, 3 championships?
Emotional in what way?
Emotional.
Like a tear.
Like tear emotional or emotional like
yeah, maybe.
Goosebumps emotional?
Yeah.
What kind of emotions are we talking?
Well, I don't know what kind of emotions you have, but whatever emotions you have, you achieved an awful lot there.
Yeah.
You really grew up as a player and a person there.
I think I'll definitely be appreciative of the moment. I think I think it's going to be cool, just to see familiar faces. I think it's going to be cool to see love and support and just being thanks for what what you did. Unless you're just cold-blooded, anybody's going to feel some of that. But at the same time, it's not like it's my retirement ceremony where I can get a chance to get real emotional. I'm trying to come in and beat their butt. you know, and they're going to try to beat our butt. So, you know, you got to get to the competitive part of the game as well.
Are you looking forward to it?
I am. I'm looking forward to it, man. It's like, you know, obviously some of those guys I played with before, I have relationships with. So I'm looking forward to getting out there competing with them. I'm looking forward to playing in the environment that I played in for 13 years. And, you know, like I said, even coming off a back-to-back, you know, if my team don't have energy for that night, we're going to be a problem. I expect us to come in and give whatever we have and, you know, go out there. And I want everyone to enjoy the environment, enjoy the moment. You know, it's going to be a great environment to play in. I want our team early in the season to experience playing in that kind of environment and, you know, and try to seize it.
Dwayne, now that you've been here 2 months, how is what you've been asked to do here the same or different than what you were asked to do for so long there?
I mean, the similarities are be a leader. You know, be the voice that is being heard when things are going good, when things are going bad. Bring team together. You know, and I don't even know if that's necessarily what's asked of me. That's just what I bring. That's just what I do. Here, I think Miami was more asked of me, but here it's just, you know, they know what I come with, they know my pedigree, and I just do it. So. And then when it comes from basketball-wise, my role there varied, you know, every so many years. You know what I needed to do. You know, 1 year I led the league in scoring, and 1 year, I probably was the third option at times. But you know, I've always been able to, you know, do my part to try to help my team be successful. And that's the same thing here. You know, is understanding, you know, that, you know, it's times where I'm gonna be very involved in offense and featured, and then there's times where I'm not, and I have to do other things to make an impact on the game to help our team win. And I'm still in the process of figuring it out. You know, like I said, it's early in the seasons, but for me, I enjoy it because it's challenged me in so many different ways. I'm not just a player that's played one way his whole career. I've had to play multiple. I have to wear multiple hats, and for me, it's kept it exciting and kept it interesting.
Sounds like you might be teaching the youngsters unselfish basketball.
Well, that's what that's the way I played my whole life. My dad instilled that in me early in my career of playing basketball. I just remember going back to a kid, and I remember just scoring 30 one night, and my dad didn't seem excited at all, and I was pumped. And then I had one game where I had like 10 points and 12 assists and 9 rebounds and all that. And he celebrated me, and that's what I wanted. I wanted that celebration from my dad. So I was like, oh, that's the way I need to play. And then my high school coach did the same thing, instilled in me. Like, he would never let me take more than 3 shots in a row. Like, I had to pass. So, you know, I enjoy team success. I enjoy team basketball. I enjoy seeing tonight run a pick and roll with Bobby and Bobby getting a dunk. It feels just as good as it did, if not better than when I got my first dunk of the season. So that's the way I've always played.
Do you think they understand in Miami why you're not there anymore?
No, I don't think a lot of people understand. If you're not in it, you know, if you're not in this business, it's hard to understand. But you know, I don't really want them to understand. I want them to appreciate what we've accomplished together. I want them to cheer for their team that they have now. Support those players over there that's giving their all. Support the future of the organization, and be thankful that, you know, we all was able to experience an unbelievable ride together. And you know, that's all you can do.
Is that kind of your message to them, you know, in returning?
And my message to them is what it's been all summer. Thank you for you know, for supporting me in the great times. Thanks for supporting me in the bad times. You know, for 13 years. You know, on and off the court. You know, they allowed me to have my privacy away from the game. They supported me in everything I did in the community. They supported me when I played good and during the season. They supported me when I played bad. And you know, the biggest word I can say to them is that I appreciate it and just thank you.
Wade's leadership has helped them to an excellent road trip. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furland EDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. So last season was defined by Jimmy Butler when he told Coach Fred Hoiberg, you got to coach harder. I don't mean to keep bringing it up, but it was a hilarious statement. And the whole season this year will be based on him not having to say that anymore. And Jimmy talks about that, about how he wants Hoiberg to correct them all the time so the young players will take note and say, well, if he's yelling at Jimmy, he's going to yell at me, so I better get it right. A pretty cool thing for Jimmy to say, actually. We'll see how that plays out. So here's the rest of Jimmy talking about all that stuff.
Hey, would y'all be mad if whoever phone this is, I press a stop button? I'm just curious.
Sounds like you're ready for some fun and games.
Not today? Okay. Sorry, Vincent.
What makes you enthused about going into this season, your first without Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah, and what you have in the cupboard to cook up the ingredients to get you guys back into the playoffs and maybe to the Eastern Conference Finals and hopefully the NBA Finals?
Yeah, obviously. I'm excited about the group of guys that we have. Everybody that's put in all the work in the offseason. Our young guys are super confident with how they've been playing, and I'm very excited about that. And then obviously Wade, Rondo, what they bring to the table that I can learn from them. Obviously the winning culture that they've built in this league, what they've done. I'm excited because there's so much growth that I can handle in that aspect of the game. When you look at what Wade has done for his career, future Hall of Famer, I think that I can model the way I do things around him, man. I'm super excited that he's here, and I'm sure Rondo gonna keep me on my toes as well.
Jimmy, how curious are you to see how you guys are going to play together? That's kind of been what people have been talking about in town.
I think everybody's looking forward to that. Myself, Gar and Pax, all the team, y'all. So, I'm excited. I love to play basketball anyway, but I get to do it with some new guys, some new faces. I think we got a really good chance.
Jimmy, give us a highlight or two about your Olympic experience and how this will make you better this season in the NBA.
The highlight of my Olympic experience?
One or two of them.
Okay, well, first off, I took my football everywhere. I think that was my highlight, just being able to embarrass DeMarcus Cousins when he tried to guard me on football routes. But if we're talking basketball, it's just watching the way, Melo or KD would work before and after practice and go running and lift weights. And then you're like, well, that's why they're the player that they are in this league. Studying the way that they do things, the way they take care of their body. I learned a lot from that aspect of them this summer as well.
Jimmy, what are you hoping to see out of Fred or get out of Fred? He's talked a lot about a communication. I know you guys have talked a lot as well. Is there something you've told him that you need from him?
I told Fred, as much as you can, use me as an example. I want you to really get on my tail about every little thing, because if Doug or Tony or whoever it may be is watching Coach talk to me like that, he's going to be like, if he could talk to Jimmy like that, I know he's going to come at me a certain way. So that's what I try to remind him every day. And I think I think he's ready for that. I'm not. I'm a player. I'm coachable like everybody else, but I want that. I need that.
Jimmy, in the back,
What up? Oh,
how's it going?
great.
I'm sure. On the surface, when you look at the roster, it doesn't seem like you guys have a ton of three-point shooting. You've seen the way the game has changed the last couple seasons. It's more open. You guys love to fling it up from behind the arc. What makes you think this group has enough to consistently win without it?
When you talk about, I guess, not being able to shoot threes or whatever you want to call it, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe D-Wade has scored a lot of points when it came to putting that ball in that basket. I've done decently in the past couple of years. Rondo can do that. And if Rondo can't, he damn sure can find a way to get the ball to somebody that can. So I don't think putting the ball in the basket is going to be an issue for us. I don't think that was an issue for us last year. I don't think we guarded the way we were supposed to guard last year, so it made it look like we didn't score the ball as well. But I think we'll be fine. I think when you put good players on the court at the same time, they always figure out a way to put the ball in the basket.
Jimmy, because there's 8 new guys on this roster, or how many ever it is, do you feel more comfortable with your teammates knowing that they didn't know the Jimmy Butler who sat on the end of the bench and they only know the Jimmy Butler who's an all-star, so you don't have anything to prove to them in that way? Does that make you feel more comfortable?
Does it make me feel more comfortable? To an extent, yeah, because then you can never say how you may have think that I've changed for the most part. I think that everybody that's on this roster now just knows how hard that I've worked to get to the spot that I'm at, and they've seen it, they've witnessed it. All they've been around for me is for this point in my career. I don't know if it sounds bad, but I think that all of these guys look at, if Jimmy worked like that, if I work like that, I'll be in the same position that he's in. And I'm more than happy to let you have that position, because I think hard work can get you anywhere that you want to get to.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and a fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget the Illinois Lottery, too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You've got to get to the Sock Live Bidkowski Trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the Sock. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's.
We're back in the spotlight, and early in the NHL season, it looked like the team to beat in the East would be the New York Rangers. Always fun to see one of the original 6 playing well, particularly for a team that hasn't won a Stanley Cup in something like 50 years. Anyway, when they invaded the stadium last Sunday night, the Blackhawks were ready for a tough-checking, tough-fighting game, and that's what they got. The game was about 2 minutes old. They were roughhousing already, and one of the Rangers got hit in the nose. Get up, you wuss. This is hockey. The Blackhawks would get on the board first. Steve Larmer, of course, 1-0, Chicago. In the second period, Wayne Presley got help from Gilbert and Chelios, 2-0 Hawks. A minute and a half later, Michel Goulet would be in the right place at the right time. 3-0 Hawks. And you thought the rout was on. But 8 minutes into the second period, the Rangers didn't roll over and die. They beat Ed Belfour from long range, 3-1 Blackhawks. Then Chris King with a great individual move gets it over Belfour, 3-2. And the Rangers were rolling. But to clinch it, late second, Steve Thomas scores the goal, makes it 4-2. The Hawks win it 5-2, and everybody was smiles after the game.
EJ's been with me, EJ McGuire's been with me for 7 years, and back in Philadelphia we had great coaches in Teddy Sater, Paul Holmgren, and of course here Daryl Sutter and Jacques Martin. So I've been very fortunate to be surrounded by great coaches and people, and more fortunate to have the teams capable of winning in Philadelphia and Chicago.
What does it say about Mike Keenan to have reached that mark so quickly?
Well, we're committed to giving it our very best every day, and I think that, as I said, the players win the hockey games, and I'm fortunate to be in this position. There's a lot of coaches come through this league who never had the opportunity to coach teams of the caliber of teams that I've had, both here and in Philadelphia.
We've got back to the basics, and we've got back to playing as a 20-man unit out there. We've cut down the individual stuff, we've cut down the turnovers, and when you do that, then we can play our game, a dump and chase, and work the corners and score goals, and give credit to Jeremy and Steve Larmer and those playing as well as they have all season, and continuing to play well as of late, and Adam Creighton picking it up a little bit. I mean, when you do that, you take a lot of pressure off that first line, and that's what we're looking forward to down the stretch is myself, our line with Greg Gilbert and Dirk Graham, taking some pressure off those guys along with Adam Creighton. And we've added a real character player in Paul Gillis, and he's going to add to our hockey club down the stretch because he plays Blackhawk style hockey.
Lately I've just tried to keep a clear conscience and just be ready for the game, be ready for what's ahead, and concentrate just playing for the Blackhawks. I mean, that's what I want to do, and that's my team until someone tells me different. And I think it's great here, and I'm just glad to be able to stay here. And I think that when they get rumors like that, sometimes it does bother you a bit. But I had rumors in Buffalo for maybe 4 or 5 years, and it was kind of tough at times to play. But I think all in all, I'm just real happy that I can stay and play here.
Well, wherever I've played in the past, I think I've done pretty well and been successful in each category or step I've played in. And at university level, I had a real good team in front of me, and we won the NCAA that year. So I don't know if they knew who I was or where I was, but I just I kept working, and I remember when I signed here with Chicago, I told them I'd keep working until I got to be the #1 guy here.
Yeah, did anybody tell you got the single season record for penalty minutes by a Hawk goalie?
No, I didn't know that.
You've got to get to Jack's. 3325 Ridge Road in Lansing. Trivia every Tuesday at 7 p.m. A very intense competitive game. Any of half a dozen teams can win. My game show at Oliver's gets better and better. At 6100 West 159th Street in Oak Forest. Live trivia alternate Thursdays at 7 p.m. Have great food, great drink, and great trivia at Oliver's.
Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Trivia will be at the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people. Everything great. You've got to get to Del Sur Mexican restaurant, open for lunch and dinner daily. Shrimp, tilapia, salmon, steak, chicken dishes, you name it. It's all there at 46th and Halsted. Great stuff at Del Sur Mexican restaurant. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. Final couple weeks of the season, and every game has that playoff feel to it, especially in the latter innings. And I just want to get a feel for how the bullpen's reacting down there, and if you're having fun when it comes to the 6th, 7th, 8th.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. Any kind of time we can help out the team winning out there, and I think everyone's getting ready every day, preparing themselves, and doing what they can.
Now you got a few more bodies out there with the call-ups. Tell us about how the dynamic has changed and who has been added to the mix out there.
A lot of good young arms. It really takes it helps the whole staff out a lot. You know, we have I think extra 4 arms out there right now. And it makes a big difference, you know, when a game's out of control, either one way or the other, you know, where there's like a 6-7 run lead, anyone can throw, and that way you don't have the guys that have a lot of games in their belt this year, or someone you need to count on in a closer game. Doesn't have to throw those innings.
When you're going out now, and you'll be on the road when this hits the air, so you'll be at Yankee Stadium the last days of it. In fact, a little bit of drama when you're going to be going up against some tough hitters over there.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of lefties over there. I'll be probably be almost in every single game, I'm guessing. A lot of fun though. I have a lot of good at bats against Damon, Giambi, Matsui, Kano, all those guys. So you know, you got to bring your A game against those guys, and they're going to be having a lot of fun. That atmosphere is going to be great, and it's going to be kind of an honor to play one of the last series there.
Then also on this trip, you got the Twins. It's a gigantic 3, just really huge. Who are the guys you enjoy getting out on that Twins team?
I get Mauer Morneau almost every single time. I think last time we were there, we played 4 games. I threw 3 of them and faced Mauer Morneau both times. So I get them every time, and you know, they definitely I got to definitely crank it up a little bit for them, and I think they know it, and they lock in a little bit on me, and it's always a tough battle.
Now, is it? Do you find it to be more of a physical battle, or does it start to become mental, where you know they're sitting on something? And maybe you try to get cute and beat them with something else.
Yeah, I don't think I try to be cute. They know I'm going to go right after them. But it kind of comes a cat and mouse game. What side I play, I'm going to throw my fastball to, I'm going to throw my breaking ball, a split, whatever it is. The key to them is getting strike 1, you know, having an 0-1 count, and, you know, where I dictate the count.
This week's show has been brought to you by the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Shop. They do it all at 108th and Kedzie. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound, saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.